Hi and welcome to yet another tutorial video. So guys, quickly, if you're new here, you are most welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. So today it's all about how we're going to be making this beautiful classy bubu with embroidery on it. So I'm going to be teaching you all the steps, like every detail that you need to know about the making of this bubu. Please stay tuned. Meanwhile, subscribe if you haven't, give this video a like. To avoid wastage of fabric, I'm going to be first of all cutting on this taffeta fabric as my pattern. Then I will proceed to using it to cut the main fabric. So first of all, I'm going to be marking out the length for the dress. And from what I just measured, the length of the taffeta is sufficient for the length I want to use. And to get the width of the dress, now it depends on how long you want it to be on the sleeve area. Okay, so if you want it as a long sleeve, so you measure up to that point. If you want it 3/4, you also measure up to that point, like depending on where you want the total length, to stop. So you measure from the center back to that point. So whatever it gives you, that is going to be the width you are going to be using for your dress. And another way you can get the width of the dress is to mark out the shoulder measurement. So after you get your shoulder measurement, whatever it gives you, get that. And then you now from that shoulder point, mark out the length of the sleeve you want to use. Like I said, if it is 3/4, if it is short, if it is long, whichever length you want, you just mark it at that point. So this is another way you can get the width of your cowl dress, just in case you do not have the measurements right from the center back to where you want the sleeve to terminate. Okay, so for this, the total width I have from the center back to where I want the sleeve to terminate is 30 inches, and I added extra 2 inches for the sleeve fold edge allowance. So at this point, I have the width I'm going to be working with. So next, I'm going to be marking out all the vertical measurements, which are the breast point, the underbust, the shoulder to the hip, and then shoulder to the half length. And here I have the breast point plus half an inch, the underbust plus half an inch, shoulder to the hip plus half an inch, and then shoulder to the half length plus half an inch. And then I extend this measurement to both ends of the fabric. And like I said earlier, this is the breast point, the underbust, the shoulder to the hip, and then the shoulder to the half length. And then in between the shoulder to the hip and shoulder to the half length, I'm going to be marking the midpoint. So you place it this way, and whatever you have, just mark the middle like so. And you also connect just like you did to the rest. And after that, you come down to the lower part, and at this lower part, from the center fold area like this, you measure the hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. Okay, so whatever that gives you from the center fold area, you're going to be marking that all the way from the down part up to the half length area like so, and then you connect with the straight line all the way down. And after that, you come up again to the upper part, and at this point, we're going to be forming the cowl effect. And at this point where the half length horizontal line meets with this other vertical line, I mark out 1 inch like so. So at this point, this is just going to guide where the cowl curving is going to, the path is going to take. But if you want the cowl to be much, you can mark 2 inches at this point, but I'm going to be using 1 inch. So from this underbust point, you connect from there all the way down. So let me just roughly show us what the 2 inches connection of the cowl effect is going to look like. So can you see I pass through the 2 inches mark, and then I connect down to the vertical line. Okay, but this is not what I'm going to use. I'm just showing us just in case you want your cowl to be much, the cowl effect to be much. So for me, I'm going to be passing through the 1 inches that I marked at this angle 90 point like so. So I connect all the way from the underbust, and then I connect through that 1 inch mark, and then back to the vertical line like so. So can you see? So with this, our cowl effect has been achieved. And next, I'll be marking out the neckline. And for the neckline, I'll be using the width of 3 inches and the depth of about 2 inches. That's for the back. And for the front, you can see what the shape look like. So I'm going to be doing that separately. So this is for the back. The depth is 2 inches, and then I'm going to be connecting the 2 points, that's the neck, the width, and the depth together. And now it's time for me to mark the shoulder slant. But first of all, I'm going to be marking the shoulder measurement divided by 2. So whatever that gives me, I mark that at this point, and then I come down by 1 inch, and then I mark the first shoulder slant. And then at the extreme end here, that's the total length of the width of the dress, I mark 3 inches from the upper part. So this is the 3 inches, and then I also connect it to the first shoulder slant that I did. So this is what it looks like. So basically, this is what our pattern for this cowl dress looks like. So I'll cut this out, and I'm going to be using this to cut the main dress, and for that I'm going to be using 2 different colors, as you can see. So I cut all the way, and here is what the pattern for this cowl dress looks like. So I'm going to be using this to cut the main fabric, which is basically this black and a teal green fabric, and I'm going to be cutting them alternatively, because for the front we have both the black and the teal green, and then for the back we have the same. So I'll start with the black. I place the black on the table, I stretch it out, and then I measure out the length to see if this can accommodate the length that I have, and after which I place my pattern on it. Please remember to add your seam allowance for the joining of the 2 pieces together. So I added an extra 1 inch for that, and then I cut out just like so. Please permit me to digress a little bit. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed, and give this video a like. So back to the crux of the matter. So I keep on cutting. I'm going to be cutting 2 of the blacks and then 2 of the teal green. So for the front I'm going to be joining a black to a teal green, and for the back I'm going to be doing the same. So this is me cutting the teal green as well, and after I'm done cutting, I'm going to be placing them side by side like so. So this is a placement, or this is what the placement should look like. And after I'm done doing all that, I proceed to cutting out the neckline, followed by the embroidery on the neckline, just like the design says. So after that, it's time for the sides to be close together. So for the side, so this is what the side of the dress looks like. I'm going to be opening up about 9 to 10 inches for the sleeve opening. Okay, so after which I'm going to be stitching the remaining parts all the way down like so. And this is the part that's going to be left open for the sleeve opening. And at that point, what I'm going to be doing to this point is I turn over to the wrong side of the fabric, and then I mark, after measuring what the sleeve opening should be, I mark about 1.5 inches, and then I curve it all the way downwards. Can you see? So it's only this upper part that is 1.5 inches. As I stitch downward, I just bring my hand outward to make it 1/2 inch all the way down. And the reason for the 1.5 inch that I used at the beginning is for the fold edge allowance of the sleeve opening. Okay, so in case you are confused about why I used 1.5 and then 1/2 inch all the way down, so that's the reason, just for the fold edge allowance. And guys, at the end of the day, this is what the dress turned out looking like. So beautiful, so elegant, so classy. So guys, please check this out on your own and let me know what you think about it right in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next one. As always, catch ya, bye.